So my name is Bechir Hamdaoui. I'm associate professor at the School of ECS. So my area of expertise is in networking and communication systems. And I guess today I'm going to briefly talk about one of the projects, which is about data centers. And in this, I guess data centers in the context of Internet of Things. So this is one of the projects where we look at, or we aim at developing techniques for to make energy, or to make data centers energy efficient. So basically, the data centers in the context of Internet of Things. Now we think of these gazillions of Internet of Things devices. They all be connected to the internet. They all be generating and sending data to the data centers or to the cloud. And the cloud, basically, the data centers here. And then these data centers, they have to cope with this huge amount of data. So they need to store it, manage it, and process it, and analyze the data, basically. So from this, what we're looking at specifically on this context is how to make, as I said, data centers more energy efficient. Some of the studies, recent studies, reveal that about 2% of the energy consumption in the US in 2010 is consumed by data centers. That's a huge number. So what we did in the study, we get some traces, real traces from Google data center that has about 12,000 servers. And then we try to understand what's going on. Why is this power consumption is so high? So our findings, surprisingly, the first thing is we find that the server utilization is very, very low. This is out of the 12,000 servers. This is, again, based on real data. It's about 30%. So the utilization is only 30% of. And this translates into about 35% of energy wastage. And we dig more, and then we understood, or we realized that the main reason for this low utilization is basically because of resource over-reservation. So what happens is these cloud tasks, they request resources from the data center or from the cloud, and then they only end up using about 30% of what they request. So there is an over-reservation of about 70%. So what we did here, obviously, we tried to overcommit. The technique that we're using is to overcommit to increase the utilization. So we developed some techniques that rely on clustering and prediction. And by these techniques, we were able to increase the utilization from about 30%, which is the red curve there, to up to 80%. And 80% is very close to the optimal. So in summary, basically, we could conclude that by means of these techniques, we could, I guess we could double the size of data centers without increasing the energy requirement. And this is to some extent from an Internet of Things, of course, because of these devices, because of the data. In the few years, definitely we expect that these data centers will double and triple in sizes. So what we're doing here, we're trying to address some scalability issue for these data centers.